got it.
Oh!
And that's not enjoyment he's making that noise from. That's like, oh my God, we're doing this. This feels
So wrong.
so wrong on so many levels.
Yep.
Right, this is a vent for polytunnels. Never done one of these before. And that's the manufacturer of it. And as you can tell, instructions, and my Chinese is not very good, unfortunately. So there is some pictorial pictures of it, but I'm just doing this so anybody out there has one, because I found that there's not one on the internet, and it's the first time I've ever installed it. And my company's Budwood Limited, and we specialise in the installation of polytunnels. And this is a roof vent to go on a polytunnel, as you can tell, a bit apprehensive. So you get this instruction, or it's done the deboxing, as everybody likes to call it. And then you get these items in it. So this is a bit of polycarbonate that I'm going to use to do a test run to make the circle, which is said to be 30 centimetres or 300 mil to 350 mil. Cut initially at 300 mil and then expand it out to 350. You get a set of clips in there. Obviously these go on to say 2 ridge bars, which I will show in situ as we do them before we do the completion build. Put the cover on, you get a pen, you get quite a Gucci centre point for a compass, and then you get a tape measure. This goes onto the pen, this clips on to this on that side, because obviously this bit is meant to perforate through the perspex, which we will be looking at doing later on in the video. So I've pre-drilled a hole in here with a 4mm drill bit, just so you can see. So we've got a fixable point to hold it against, like so, and then we're going to draw a 300mm circle. I'll come back to you in a second while I do the technical grading a little bit. So, taking those parts, we've figured out how to put this together. So put it in reverse on the inch side there, and then feed it through the pen connection circle there. So when you turn it over, you've got your 15 centimetres. Now we have checked this with a ruler, and it's pretty much spot on, about by maybe a mil or two. But obviously that's for the gaps between the 2 central points here. So what we do then is we take this bit on the pre-oiled hole, will be there, connect this bit to the top part. You see that all right, mate? Mm-hmm. And then take the marker pen. The only thing, it doesn't fit very neatly in there, but it's not meant to be 100% size. As you can tell, never done a video like this before. And then we put it into there, hold our fingers there, and it's quite robustly secure actually as the taping. Obviously that is meant to penetrate the polycarbonate, polycover, and then not the best fitment, that is it? It's a good idea in principle, but not very well practical. Yeah, it's not liking that. Let's try again. It just says between, that's probably what it says.
Between.
Between. So, yeah, that's correct. Just doesn't want to stick in this bit, this pen lid. And the pen's decided not to work. I've got to get a different pen. It does work here, unlike this one that came with it. Probably because it's been sat for months in storage. So, let's try again. I'm out of the rain a little bit here. And mid-sized pens, and obviously. Anyway, let's go through it. Just been asked, I should practice this before I show you, but the whole point is I've never done it before, and I thought you'd enjoy the completing at a screwing it up that I'm doing. You know, that said, it's not too bad. Not 100% circle, I would say, but that's pretty good. But you got to imagine you're doing this like that. So it's going to be fun. We'll come back to you in a bit when we actually stick it into the tunnel. So we've just measured it, as you can see, if you want to come in, buddy. It actually gives us just under 35 now. Obviously the measurement is 30 to 35, no, 300 mil to 350 mil. Now this was set as it was, and I did mention earlier that the pivot points might be slightly different. So what we found is if you want to make it a 30 centimetre, 300 mil one, you need to adjust it to 13 centimetres, which anticipates the central point being in this circle for the pen and this point here. So if you look on the tape measure, if you can zoom coming on top, buddy, not the best ideal, but very well used. As you can see from there, if you look that dead straight, that comes down, the point should come right on the 15 centimetres, 150 mil. So I keep forgetting to use mils. All right, so we'll do it again with that and see if there's a comparison difference. And then we'll measure it again with the good old tape measure that's well used and battered, and see if it works. Like I said, I'm not cutting the tape because I'm tight and it's free. I think you have to allow for the thing, so we need to do that again because this isn't actually staying where it needs to, unfortunately. Good idea in principle, practicality not so good. It's a bit messy this. Yeah, it's not the best, but like I say, it's a rough estimation. If that clipped in there better, it would be a really good idea, this. Maybe it needs a bit of a re-engineering still. But came free, does the job, in principle. So let's have a look. We each wanted 30 and we're nowhere near it, as you can see. So, even with my lovely tape, it hasn't worked. So we'll go back again, we'll readjust again, see if we can figure a way of securing this to that. We'll come back and if we come up with a solution, we'll let you know. So we've, what's the word? Adapted and overcome, famous. Or here's one on Blue Peter, special homage. Here's one we've heard earlier. So basically we've cut a bit out and done it. It's a good idea in principle, but to me, a bit of string, like my colleague said, and a pen at the end of it is probably easier. But I do like the idea, but that's why we're practicing. We've never done it before. Imagine if we put this on as per the 15 centimetres, we did 35, we're in the limit zone, the giveaway side. So we're going to turn this lovely bit of plastic back up first, back over, or polycarbonate. Ironically, work for a company called Polyeco that build these. So let's have another go. Not these, by the way, greenhouses. I don't think Elvis would be very happy if I said that. Let's have a look. Come on to this bit here because it's a bit clearer. And that is pretty much 30. So, like I say, this is a rough guide, but that's a lot better than starting at your extremity, because obviously it says in this rather wet, damp instruction manual, 300 to 350 mil. And obviously everybody knows it does a bit of DIY and stuff. If you start your extremities, you can't put it back on, so always start at the smallest of your limitation, your limit, and then obviously you've got room to make mistakes. So I'm going to cut this out as a rough template for when I actually cut the tunnel, because I'm not, best one in the world, I'm not using that. It's a good idea, you need to go back to the drawing board with it, but in principle it should work. But don't rely on the measurements, as I've proved, they don't work. Right, I'll give you a shout once we start doing the dreaded cutting. which I am so enjoying. First time we've ever...
Oh, yeah.
Right, well, going blind. Right, never fitted one of these before, never knew they existed. I heard rumours, like the unicorn. Gone to the countryside here. I'm not 100% sure. I've made this temporary, like I said earlier, making a temporary thing, which is, it's rough and guided, but it is actually 30 centimetres at the most extremities, or 300 mil. I thought we'd do this video for, as I say, I can't say the word, and giggles. So anybody else out there that buys one of these can do it. So I'm using a curved blade, so then I can use this bit, rest on the template, and cut round with a circle. Like I say, first time I've done it. I professionally installed polytunnels, never done one of these before, and I thought it'd be quite an interesting video to make. Hopefully I am not going to be losing loads of money on this job, because this is tension. Oh, this feels so unnatural. This is tension polycarbonate. If you are after one of these vents, they are supplied by one of my contracts, Northern Polytunnel, and they may be available elsewhere, but I really don't know. Be careful when you're cutting it, because you can't put pressure on it, because as soon as you start to cut it, you're losing tension, and your nut hole will get slightly bigger than you want it to. So I'm trying best I can to stay with the thing without pushing on it, and hopefully we will have a reasonably good circle. And I have cheated slightly because I use sticky back plastic, as you can see, just to sort of try and keep it from flapping. Right, we have the hole, and this is the weirdest feeling since I've been building polytunnels in the last 2 years to ever cut into a tunnel roof. So we'll come back in a second, because I need to get out, just make a few adjustments so I can get in the right position. So he joined us in excitement of fitting something that does not feel completely right. You're coming along for the ride with us, because we've never done this. I think we might have to cut that a bit more, don't you reckon?
Yeah.
It doesn't seem like it's going to go. So the 30 centimetre, 30 mil, 300 mil, sorry. Yeah, it's going to have to be cut out, it's not going to fit that. Yeah. Right, so we've made the hole slightly bigger, and then we're just going to give it a... Got some silicone spray. Let's see if it gives it a bit of lubrication on the corner. Doesn't harm anything. Oh, so sketchy. It's starting to go on this side. It isn't on that side. You what?
Essentially.
Yeah, I know, but he is.
Oh, oh, oh.
And that's not enjoyment he's making that noise from. That's like, oh my God, we're doing this. This feels
So wrong.
so wrong on so many levels. But we like a challenge at Budwood, and this is certainly challenging us.
You're almost there.
And I really can't say out because I'm going to say something I shouldn't do, but... Right.
Whoa.
We are fitted. And if you have a zoom around there, mate, you can see it's a ceiling around the top there. Yeah.
Right, if we go outside, we might be able to see what it looks like on the roof.
Yeah, it'd be interesting because I've never seen one. Like I say, I've never seen them on videos. Never seen one on YouTube. Anywhere. It's just a wave thingy. And it looks pretty good actually. It's sealed. As you can see, the polytunnel, just zoom in a bit, mate. The plastic actually seals itself around the seal.
Hold on, there's a tree in the road.
Yeah, right, mate. That is the first time in my life I've ever done it, and it's the most sketchiest thing I've ever done in regards to polytunnel. But it's done. We've just got to finish off the clips and we'll come back to you. There's no screws. It's showing as if there's screws there.
They didn't say anything in the instructions.
No, it doesn't. But if we do find an instruction manual how to put these clips on, a better one, we will publish it. We'll add it on in the edits or something. I really don't know. It goes like that. But it doesn't seem to be clipped anywhere else. Alright, well, we're going to have to go and hunt. There is a thing, the manufacturer of these has like a little manual thing of diagram, but not actually how the process works. So bear with us and we will come back to you very shortly. So, we figured it out. You know the old average kiss, keep it simple, stupid? Well, I overthought it. So if you look here, that bit, just lift the collar up a bit, pull it down, and it will clip into place. But obviously, I think these are different variation sizes, like you see. That's why when we were trying to do it before, it wasn't clipping in. So we do that, and it's clipped there. And that is why in the packet, which isn't in the instructions, that you have 6, obviously, different diameters. And that was what was confusing us, because we couldn't think. And obviously that's just a certificate of inspection. So, all being well, we've now resolved what we thought we couldn't do. So, it's because obviously each pipe's got a different diameter to it. And that is, I believe, yeah, all secure. And then,
Go on then, pull your string, see if it works. Let the rain in.
woo! So this spring is designed to go on here, and then this, I could never do these properly, is designed to come back round the pulley, if I can see what I'm doing. Everybody watching on the internet thinks I'm probably crazy, I'm not far wrong. So, and the theory is, you pull it up when it's hot, you can lock it off, I assume, like that. And the spring should pull it back down. There we go. As the old average says, jobs are good ones. Let's try it the other way, see if that works better. No, it can only go that way, can't it?
Yeah.
Right, well, you've come along for the ride, and hopefully you enjoyed the video. I'm not a YouTuber. We've just recently been given advice to start doing YouTube for the business and build our brand up. I don't really edit videos. You see it as it comes. That's about our business. We are truthful, honest, and reliable, and we make sure we do a good job. And I'll be honest, this has been a challenge. What do you reckon, mate?
Yeah, has been a challenge, but it looks good though.
Yeah, it does look good.
As you can see, the rain's not coming around the sides rope.
Yeah, so it's down, nice and airtight sealed. The sketchiest thing I've ever had to do. Get these things really tight, which is part of the design with Northern and First and Ferryman who we work for. So when you got to cut into some tension, yeah, it's not a good feeling. But comment and like below, share our links, go see our Facebook, our TikTok. I can't remember what else we're on. It's all new to me. So get in contact if you want anything to do with polytunnels or greenhouses. Take care. Like and subscribe, as the old saying goes.